Gosh, it's been a week. I don't know how you're doing, but I could use some time building some Lego. So I'm sharing with you my latest project. This features pixel art of the Eiffel Tower. This design is inspired from a Miss Terry pattern off of braceletbook.com. I'll leave the link in the description box below. This design features the Eiffel Tower in gray, a foreground of pink and white flowers, and little branches that are involved too with the flowers, and then also clouds and 3 different colors of blue sky. It gives it depth and a complete vibe, in my opinion. So if you are loving and getting ready for summer, maybe planting some summer flowers in your backyard or front yard, then this video might be for you. So it's a speed build. We're already getting started here. I left timestamps below so you can hop around if you want. We're laying out all the tiles. I'm going, from the bottom to the top. This is 2, in terms of size, this is 2 larger gray base plates that I've started out with because it's a vertical design, and I'll go through at the end. And I just took like some shears and cut the plastic base plate. It worked out really great. And then we put a border around it. If you've ever built any of the Lego art pieces, like I have the Van Gogh piece, I have a custom Lego sign that I made off of something I saw Brixie do. Maybe you've seen that too. I've just done a couple of, we have the world map at our house, but I wanted something that could look good in my office. I wanted something that was not Star Wars, or, we have the little spaceman figure too that we've done. We have the Batman art. There's several pieces of art that we have running around here, but it's all really, I would say, in my husband aesthetic, or in my son's look and feel that he really loves. And so, but there's really nothing Lego does that's besides the Vincent Van Gogh one, I think, that really you're like, okay, yeah, that's actually pretty sweet and special. So that's what I'm attempting to do here. I've had this design pinned on my Pinterest board for the longest time. And once I started thinking about, okay, what am I going to build next? I thought, you know what? I'm going to build this. It's been on there forever. The Tour de France is coming up in a couple of weeks. If you've watched Unchained on Netflix, then you know that series. I know nothing about the Tour de France or professional cycling, but after watching 2 seasons of that show, I'm completely hooked. Hopefully a new season will be releasing soon. The Tour de France will be starting in a couple weeks. Just this Paris vibe, I thought this is perfect for summer. I'm gonna start collecting all the pieces, which definitely did take some time. Just started saving them and putting them all together. Now the dark blue up at the top, I finally ordered those off of the lego.com website because I had been waiting to get them off of my Lego store's pick-a-brick wall, because it's really the cheapest way to get these tiles. They just would never come in, blue tiles. So finally I just had to order the rest. The other ones I ordered from lego.com. In previous orders, I would just add a little bit. Every time I'd place an order, I would get a few hundred of different colors, like the pink and the light pink and dark green, light green, gray, light gray. There's some brown in there too. So it's just been a mix of getting all these colors together. And then I finally just sat down, started, and just kept going. And it took me a couple of days to put it together. What else can I tell you about this set? Let's talk about storage containers. These clear containers that have 3 compartments from the Dollar Tree. They're from the dollar store. You can order them on dollartree.com, and they come like in a lot of 12, I think, like, I don't know, $15 because they're $1.25 a piece, something like that. I like them because they are very small pieces. I don't want to mix the colors up, and I want to be able to see the colors and they look good on the shelf when you're not using them, as opposed to putting them like in an Alex bookcase that I have from IKEA. You know, Lego storage is always, there's lots of videos on YouTube about how best to store Lego bricks and tiles and such. I really like these because they don't take up a lot of space, and I don't need to have lots and lots and lots of backlog of pieces and parts like a lot of Lego builders have. I'm kind of still new in my hobby, and I'm growing and getting better at the organization piece, but you know, it doesn't help that every Lego set that you get always has, like, I don't know, from 10 to 25 extra pieces left over. And so then it's like, what do you do with these extra pieces? I'll put a little picture up of this vase I have where I just take all the 1x1s and just put them in this little vase I got from the Dollar Tree or Home Goods or something, and I just keep it on my bookshelf. And if you're OCD, you're not going to like it because it just mixes everything. So this is a mix of that. It's compartmentalized by color and type of tile or round dot. So anyway, that's where we're at. That's the organization. It's a little bit of how the idea came together. And this speed build just goes from the beginning until the end, and it'll slow down towards the end, and I'll be able to talk through some of the other details. What I love about this Lego.com website has an Eiffel Tower set. It's gigantic, and I think it's like over $600. It's so expensive, and it's not something that I would ever actually buy because what am I going to do with it? I don't even know. So, but I love the idea of doing a Lego art, and I mean, who doesn't love Paris, right? I wanted to be able to find something that was similar that I could enjoy building, and yeah, I'm looking it up on Lego.com. It's $629. The huge Eiffel Tower. It's ginormous. And I think if you have a lot of space and you want the big eye-catching piece, it's certainly a statement, a focal point in a room, then okay. But for me, in this case, I have limited space, and I needed to be able to get creative on how I could represent the Eiffel Tower versus having a physical model of the Eiffel Tower. So this was a lot of fun. Now, here's what I'll say about the flowers. You can switch those out to a darker pink in color. You can make them yellow, blue, purple, even orange, whatever is your favorite colors or whatever represents something meaningful to you, you could definitely switch out. And you could make all of the tiles round versus some of these are square. I have a mix. I just used what I had, but it definitely lets your imagination run with it to see what you could create and make it fun. You could even add in here perhaps a little bird. You could do all kinds of little customizations and build upon the original design. Oh, look, here it's coming together. Doesn't it look so good? It's a first look of the entire piece. You can see it's a pretty big piece because it's two larger gray base plates. It's the 48 by 48 size. The price for that size base plate on Lego.com is $14.99, so they are a little more expensive, but they are substantial, right? So it allows you some creativity on how to expand the pixel art. I don't know if you're like me, but if you are, in that Lego always produces the best sets for the guys, but not necessarily if you have a pastel look and feel that you like, or just more feminine designs. And so that's why making videos like this is so important to me. I'm just sharing what I'm finding, sharing what I'm working on, and I hope you'll let me know what you think about this specific piece. I would like to do more, and I'd like to share more, and I want to hear from you. If you have other ideas, if you've ever done pixel art in Lego yourself, could you share with me what you've created? I recently was on Pinterest and I started getting served up ads for Michael's, the craft store, and they have a whole line of designs around this concept, and you can get the Amalfi Coast, you can get other Van Gogh designs, or even a Monet design that they have. And I am intrigued, and it's actually quite cost effective. I think Lego needs to up their game when it comes to this style of set and give us some options, so we're not forced to piece it together and search on different websites to find like a pixel design that's traditionally used for cross stitch, because that's what this really reminds me of, is cross stitch back in the day, and modifying the design for something that could be used with Lego. So I hope Lego listens to us when we're sharing this feedback. It would just be so great to have had this all put together, and it would have saved me a ton of time of sourcing all the bricks, all the dots, all the tiles, from different places, from Bricklink, from the Pick a Brick Wall, from the Lego.com place, our website. It would have saved me a lot of time and a lot of money, because one little bag of the blue tiles, the last piece I ordered, was I think $22 for 800 pieces. And 800 sounds like a lot, but it didn't even fill the little acrylic container on the left to the max. There was still plenty of space. So Lego, please give us more of these kinds of designs. Here I am putting in the very last piece on the Paris pixel art design. I was worried this blue was going to be too bright and too dark, but what you'll see when it all comes together, it actually looks quite stunning. Up next, I'm going to show you how I trimmed off actually I had my husband do it, trim off the extra edges of this base plate, so that way I can put some tile around it. And here it is coming together. This just looks so good. I'm just so excited by this. I wish we had more designs like this in our future for Lego. Where are they? We need to have things like this that we can put together that are amazing. So here I am. This is a different night, just in the evening, because I would pick this back up and put it together as time allowed. And now I've got this tile, which is a 2x4 white tile, which I found off the Pick a Brick Wall at the Lego store many moons ago, and just sort of held on to it. I thought that I would do something in my winter village with it, but in the end I had this container sitting in my drawer and thought, oh, let's do a white border. I certainly could have used the same construction as Lego art, but those are very expensive, and I just wanted to use what I had as much as I could to keep the price down. If I'd have been more strategic, I would have measured this out more precisely in the beginning, so that way the 2x6 or 2x4 tiles could have been used continuously around the border. But as it turned out, it didn't quite measure that way, so I had to make some modification. Isn't that what's fun about Lego? And use a 2x4. There it goes right there. A 2x4 tile. I even used some 2x2 tile to finish the border all the way around. So is it 100% symmetrical in terms of tile all the way around? It is not. It is flexible. It's creative. It's the way I dream about Lego being when I'm starting. I don't quite know how it's going to end up, but I know it's going to look beautiful. And here it is, our finished mosaic of the Eiffel Tower in full bloom. I love how the flowers add a pop of color, and the sky is textured with different colors and gives a breezy summer feel. If you've enjoyed this build, please give it a like, drop a comment with your dream Lego pixel art idea, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos like this one. And if you've made it this far, thank you so much for watching. I'm nearing 200 subscribers, so if you can help me get there, I'd really appreciate it. So thanks in advance for hitting that subscribe button. And I hope you have a great week. I'll see you next time, and happy building.